Hello, this is Hero of Legend, and we are actually doing an emergency podcast because, I'll get started after I introduce my co-host, RK128 or RK1283. Introduce yourself.
Hey guys, how you doing? We're going to be talking about something very special today related to Nintendo.
Deji.
Hey guys, how you doing?
And Jeff.
And tonight we shall be talking about the reveal of the NX Pachinko machine.
No.
Jeff,
oh God, no!
Hey Jeff, that means that Konami's going to be supporting the console at launch.
Yeah, we'll be seeing Metal Gear Solid 3 on there.
Maybe then we'll get Castlevania erotic violence.
Oh God, I forgot that one.
Oh my God!
Oh man!
So,
that's great.
So as Jeff spoiled, this is an emergency podcast talking about our predictions for the just announced unveiling. Well, at least a preview video. That's what Nintendo of America quotes it as. For the NX that is airing tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. EST. Don't know what other time zones.
The second time zone is 7 a.m.
PST, I think. PT.
Yes.
PT, not to be confused with the Silent Hills demo. Ha 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 ha.
Oh no.
And then 3 p.m. in the UK.
Okay.
All right. So, wow. Out of nowhere. I mean, we were all pretty much expecting a Nintendo Direct announcement, probably this week because of all the rumors and just all of the lead up talk or whatever on Twitter, like from Emily Rogers, and we just like the last couple hours had a big hint from Tom Phillips of Eurogamer, and I forgot her name, Laura something at Polygon spoke up about hearing that there would be a big NX related thing tomorrow, and here we are.
Can I just say something? Can I just say something that I think that everyone will agree?
What?
The rumors are finally over with, and because I've been so sick of NX rumors.
I know, man. I'm tired of it.
I think we need to make clear to the viewers that apparently Nintendo Japan, or I'm sorry, NCL, apparently confirmed it's only a 3-minute teaser video, so it's not like a big full 40-50 minute direct or anything like that. We don't know exactly what will entail, but we'll get to the prediction soon. But that's just we'll basically get the bare minimum of maybe things will finally become clear, if you know what I mean. Should I go first?
Just as the how do you spell it? The By2K says on Twitter. Finally, no more lies, no more rumors, no more speculations. At long last, the truth.
Exactly.
Basically, I think I'll go first. Basically, what I think is going to happen is just we'll see the system, we'll see the name, maybe one game, if that. Though, like I said, is a 3-minute thing, so they might not even have time to say anything major about game software. But they'll hopefully show us the damn system, like the actual hardware, and the final name, and then maybe say afterward, join us for a Treehouse Live big, like all day, full of Treehouse Live demos of actually seeing the games running on the hardware. But as far as the 3-minute video was concerned, just the bare minimum, and hopefully like a date or something of the big full showcase. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can I say my predictions, or are you done with yours, Joe?
Oh, go ahead. We'll just sort of flip flop between each of us.
Okay, that sounds good. My predictions is it's gonna be the creepy Mario that we saw in Nintendo's press release come up and say, "It's me, Mario. Here's the Nintendo NX," and shows the console and the whatever the thing even is. We don't know what the thing is yet. Then we'll probably see Zelda being shown off because that's the first major NX title, and we'll probably get a list of developers, a list of developers confirmed to be working on the hardware. And then, like you said, Hero, whenever it's tomorrow or next week, Nintendo's going to do something to show off the NX hardware, and then we'll finally, I don't know, see the damn thing. It's been so long since they teased it, so I really don't know what to expect. But all I know is that after all this teasing and the Wii U not getting not getting many Nintendo titles this year, especially the later half of the year, they gotta have something. Mind my language.
I know. Remember, Iwata, bless his soul, first revealed, he first spoke of the name NX on March 17th, 2015, when the whole mobile initiative with the partnership with DNA was announced. He specifically, the whole point of the announcement of the NX was to quell fears that, Nintendo is going to go mobile only and they're abandoning hardware. It was pretty obvious that Iwata had no choice, his hand was forced to unveil, to speak of future hardware to prove against those fears a year and a half in advance of even showing the damn thing. I mean, this is unprecedented from Nintendo. I mean, I think even the GameCube, when it was Project Dolphin, the Wii as Revolution, they were only maybe hinted at before they were even shown or whatever. And don't forget, each of those actually had their demonstrations, their unveilings, at least a year maybe at most after they first speak of it. Because remember, the GameCube was unveiled, I don't remember when the GameCube was specifically unveiled. I think it was Space World 2000 or something.
I think so.
And the Revolution was unveiled on E3 2005 when we saw the little small black box thing come out of Iwata's jacket and everything. The Virtual Console was first revealed, and the first teaser of Metroid Prime 3 was shown. And Wii U was first unveiled at E3 2011. So they basically had a history of unveiling hardware a year prior to launch, but this thing's coming out in March.
And we just
technically 2016, 2017.
We're only 2 months from next year.
That is true.
Well, 2.5. I mean,
Well, it'll be the third month of next year when it comes out.
Basically, we have 5.5 months, I think, now, 5.5 months until this thing supposedly launches. I know Nintendo themselves said, yes, it's March. It's not a rumor, not any speculation. It is March. They told investors. They said on Twitter. So that's what we're going on right now. And
it's going to make it the shortest amount of time between a reveal and the actual release of the console, last being held by the Xbox One for 6 months, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think so. I honestly, I don't. If we will. I think we'll find an answer to this once we see the announcements and everything for the NX over the course of the next couple of weeks. But if not much is announced or shown off, I have a very strong feeling that the NX might be releasing closer to June if they need more time to kind of work out the hardware kinks and stuff.
I think the reason why they're releasing in March is that they'll have the entirety of the next fiscal year to sell the NX at. That's why everything's the end of March or whatever. Remember Miitomo came out on March 31st this year?
Yeah.
And it was pretty. I think in that case, especially with the My Nintendo account and system and whatnot, was a bit rushed. But they said that they had to delay the NX. It was they wanted to show it at E3 or something, but Miyamoto was like, we don't want competitors to copy us or whatever. But I think Kimishima himself said they had to delay it to March because the software wasn't ready by the holidays or something. So at least they're taking more time than they would traditionally have. I mean, this isn't the first time Nintendo has released hardware outside of the holiday season. I mean, the 3DS came out in February in North America back in 2011.
We all know how that went.
Really. But
the Store Ambassador games I never got to play on handheld.
What else? There was another. Oh yeah, the GBA, the Game Boy Advance, came out in June 2001, I think it was.
But the interesting thing is that those are all handhelds, and Nintendo basically stated so I saw an image that Nintendo put out, and they said that the NX is a home console. This will be the first time that a home console Nintendo system is releasing early in the year, unless the hybrid rumors aren't true or whatever. This is basically unprecedented of Nintendo. But anyways, Jeff, do you wanna share your predictions?
Oh, my predictions for the preview tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Well, I think it's pretty much in line with what you guys are saying. Maybe there'll be a short skit to kick things off, then get to see the actual console in action, see what it looks like, what it does. Maybe show Breath of the Wild because that's the one big title we know that's being made for it. And then either cap it off with a release date as well as a date for, say, a Nintendo Direct this time next week.
Yeah,
The thing about next week is that it's the investors' meeting or whatever they usually do. I know they said that they're not going to do some sort of strategic meeting or something, which they're not doing it. So maybe that's a hint towards the big showcase being next week after all. Because they don't traditionally have directs in the same week as an investor meeting. Because at least from what I recall, they usually they do it the week before. Like, remember the big January 2013 Wii U Direct? Yoshi's Woolly World and all that. Mega 10.
That was an
remember?
way too early.
Mega 10 Crossfire Emblem.
Yep, all those games announced way too early, and people were very annoyed with Shimigami Tensei Crossfire Emblem when it basically turned into Nintendo branded Persona, which I think looks fantastic, and I would like to play that one day, but point still stands. The games they showed off, some of them were very far away from finished.
I know, Yoshi was we didn't get Yoshi in North America until we didn't get Yoshi in North America until fall 2015. But they gave a reason for that was because there was so much trial and error with the visual style. Like, they kept flip flopping between a more Epic Yarn style 2D something like that, or the.
I think I remembered one of the preview images being like it.
Why did we get it? Why did Europe get it first?
I have no idea.
It was like a 3-month gap between Europe and North America. Europe got it in the summer, while people in North America wasn't able to play till I think October. I mean, that was so strange.
And how about Xenoblade X?
That's one thing I'd like to. Yeah, that's one thing I hope the NX will do away with. Region lock, never again, please.
This is Nintendo, so I don't know. I mean, I think the NX, if they know what they're doing this time, they will ensure that lessons from the Wii U and 3DS are learned. So region locking, hopefully that's gone.
I mean, region locking never really bothered me because I never import anything, and even if I wanted to, it's really expensive.
I don't import things either, but it's a shame that people have to wait so long to play games. I mean, for example, people who have PlayStation 3s and PlayStation 4s, if they want to play Persona 5 right now, they can import the game from Japan and make a Japanese PlayStation account and download the game.
But Arcade, didn't you hear? Persona 5 came out in winter 2014.
Oh, I made such a mistake. I'm so sorry, Hero. you get the point I'm making, guys, right?
I'm sorry, I had to throw a jab at the release date.
I mean, there's no reason why. I mean, there's no actual reason why people should have to wait for months on end while another region of the world gets to play that same game right now.
I mean,
that did bother me for the longest time.
I mean, to me, it doesn't. I'm okay with waiting on a game. I don't usually buy games day one anymore. And, if a game comes out X amount of months later, that's not terrible for me. I know it bothers the heck out of a lot of people, but in my personal taste, it's, I'm okay with waiting. So as long as it comes, as long as it shows up, it gets released here, I don't care how long it takes.
Honestly,
yeah. So how's that wait for Half-Life 3 going?
oh man,
the
wait has been so rewarding. I mean, we've been getting so many hints and teasers on that from Valve, right, guys?
Better yet, how's the wait for Beyond Good and Evil 2? A game that was now it's longer.
Funny you bring that up.
And the best part about Beyond Good and Evil 2 is that it just now entered pre-production after years and years of waiting. Isn't that amazing, guys?
Yeah, but
and apparently it's an exclusive too.
Yeah,
we don't know if it's exclusive.
To be honest, that was a perfect segue because, since you mentioned Half-Life, I did want to mention that a year ago there were rumors that Beyond Good and Evil 2 was being worked on for the NX.
Yeah,
I remember Game Explain covered that.
I remember being looking at college. I had my laptop with me. I looked online. I saw that on NeoGAF, and people to say they were annoyed was an understatement.
Oh, the meltdowns will be a sight to see if this actually happens with the Beyond Good and Evil 2 becoming an NX exclusive. But I mean,
don't worry. It'll be It'll be an exclusive. Then they'll delay it for 5-7 months so it can release on the other consoles.
Rayman.
Well, the thing about that is Nintendo is the one funding Beyond Good and Evil 2 this time, not like Rayman Legends, which was a whole Ubisoft venture. You know what I mean?
It's Bayonetta 2 scenario.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing the official NX announcement because this means Ubisoft can probably come out, and if this rumors are true, they can talk about Beyond Good and Evil 2 more. Maybe the whole statement that this is in pre-production was BS, and the game really is in full production, and they only said that to kind of not mention the NX in some fashion. Who knows?
Well,
but more importantly, Ubisoft will finally get to talk about Just Dance on the new console.
Oh man, it's gonna be amazing to see Pikachu and Mario bust moves.
If anything, we know Breath of the Wild is on there. We know that there's going to be a new Just Dance. Project Sonic 2017 will be on. Will be on there. Then I think one of the Dragon Quest games.
2, 10 and 11.
Yeah.
Okay. Then probable new Mario, probable new Pokemon. At least from what I keep hearing.
Yep, I remember covering a rumor that Mario. I remember reporting on a rumor on FreeWire that a Mario game, Zelda, and Pokemon were going to be hitting the NX launch window. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a enhanced port of Pokemon Sun and Moon and be releasing.
I wouldn't expect that this soon from. Well, I mean, Sun and Moon that still has to come out first, and even then, that's only a 4-month difference. Unless it's some sort of accompaniment title like Colosseum, XD, or what have you.
Yeah, I think that might be a better idea because then they could. That could be the way that that could be the excuse for making 8 new HD models for all the different Pokemon, and then next year, whenever the mainline console Pokemon games release, Game Freak can use those assets as a base, so they can make the next Pokemon game faster.
That would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what I want? A console Pokemon game that allows you to travel through all the regions.
That would be a huge undertaking, that's for sure.
Man, you know what? I'm kind of lukewarm on the NX because I really don't know what to expect out of it. But if that happened, I would find a way to get NX Day 1.
Speaking of which, why don't we go each of us go through if there's one game that's at least not.
Oh wait,
wait, guys, Deji didn't get to share his predictions yet.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Deji.
Thank you. My prediction is. Let's have a faster production with games coming out. I know it's games take time, but let's not. We don't want to suffer the Wii U drought.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I don't think that's going to happen. It can't happen.
I hope not.
I think region lock should end. Every sane person.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, there was one more that. It'll probably come to me, but it's so important
that they nail it this time. They have to nail it this time.
Do you think that it's going to be too late because of how long it took them to announce it?
Honestly, I honestly think that the Nintendo NX still has a chance to impress people, just specifically because Nintendo is so important to console and portable gaming, because Nintendo's name is very important, as Zelda, Mario, Pokemon, all those franchises are so closely linked to many developers and publishers, and I really think that if Nintendo does a great job with the NX, they could still be a major player in the console and portable realm of gaming. But the thing is, they have to do it right this time. The Wii U, the console has a lot of great games, but it didn't really. It struggled, and the 3DS was a very successful Nintendo handheld. It didn't sell as much in comparison to the DS. But I really think that Nintendo NX has a big shot at impressing a lot of people, but Nintendo has to do everything right with the NX, because if they, mind my language for a moment, if they fuck up with the NX, I'm not saying this would be their last console, because, well, Nintendo has a lot of money in the bank and stuff, but they really can't afford to mess up again.
Look, I think it's safe to assume that we don't want to be another Sega situation.
I didn't want to say that, but yes, you're right, Deji. That's what I was implying.
Hey, Jeff, I just noticed you put up the article and signed statement about the NX unveiling. How could you?
well, Project Sonic's going to be on there. So, I mean, we did cover some big Nintendo news before previously. Well, about his passing when that happened. But no, it's something we should keep an eye on as well. I find, which I'll likely be the one putting the story up for tomorrow.
That's my job. You did a great job. You got all the information down, and you put up the 3-minute notice there. That's really good job. So
thank you.
No worries.
I still got to edit the 3-minute part and the and the UK time in my article. So I'll do that after this predictions.
Mm-hmm.
So can I go first to talk about what I really want out of the NX? Because I think you was mentioning how there was going to be how each of us is going to share what we really want from the system.
Well, what I said was that at least first we should all sort of give one game that would be that we want more than anything else on the NX. That's at least possible. So no Half-Life 3 exclusive or anything like that, but something that is actually possible. But it's the one game we want more than anything on the NX. You know what I mean?
Okay, so would it be okay if I went first?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
All right, thanks, guys. The game I want the most on the NX. The thing is, what I really want. It's weird because with the NX, I feel so conflicted about because I didn't buy Wii U specifically because I wasn't very happy with how Nintendo handled third-party support this generation.
Mm-hmm.
So I really can't really give one specific game I want because I already know Nintendo's going to do a very solid job on the first-party game front. They did that with the Wii U, and they did that with the 3DS. So Nintendo having a good first-party lineup, that's a given. But I guess rather than a specific game, I guess one general thing I really want from the NX is just do a good job at making your fan base happy. Because we saw this with Metroid, we saw this with Paper Mario, we saw this with F-Zero. Nintendo doing these things with these different franchises that people really love that not everyone was very happy with. Metroid Federation Force, that speaks for itself. The game might be a solid game, but everyone hated it.
It's not what people wanted.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Paper Mario Color Splash, it's pleasantly surprised a lot of people, but it still wasn't the RPG game many people wanted.
It fell flat.
Okay, Hero. Now that I'm dying with laughter, I'm gonna go move on to my next point.
Wait. To be fair, it was a good idea on paper.
It was a colorful experience.
I like the cut of your jib.
It was a splashing good time.
Okay, let's just wrap this up so he can go.
Okay.
Why don't we just fold this up and put it away and then talk about something else?
Okay.
Stop it, you're killing us here. Okay. Basic F-Zero, I want them to do a proper F-Zero game. Again, basically, I just want Nintendo to take franchise that many people want games for and make sequels and new iterations of them that's going to appeal to the core fan bases of those games, because a proper Metroid title would be amazing on the NX. A proper F-Zero game would really impress people.
Here's a title, F-Zero Zero G.
The thing is that you want Nintendo to make games great again.
Jesus.
Oh, I wasn't trying to say that.
Can we now?
I wasn't trying to say that. What I was trying to say was, I just want Nintendo to make better decisions and handle their IPs better, because the Wii U generation and 3DS generation shows that while they have a very tight grasp on, say, Mario and Zelda and Pokemon, franchises like Metroid and F-Zero and Paper Mario, they really don't know what they want to do with. So I hope they finally figure out what they want to do and do a very good job with that on the NX.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Was there anything else, or?
I think I finished my fourth, so I guess when you guys can continue.
Okay. So as for what I want to see better third-party support. First off, hopefully they manage to round up enough confidence from other developers to actually pitch in more of their own games and projects on there again.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I want to see a better Virtual Console lineup because as much as I like to play some of the games off the gamepad and whatnot, it could have had a wider selection of games at a much faster rate. Because there's still a lot of untapped territory that I want to get into. Plus, I'm still waiting on the Sonic Advance, Sonic Rush. I mean, this is more sick. This is more me telling Sega like, hey, get on this. But all right. Well, aside,
to be fair, Jeff, they actually have the Sonic Advance games up in the Virtual Console in Japan. So
I know.
Yeah,
I don't know what the whole is.
It's likely some sort of licensing or distribution issue with THQ and Infogrames, both companies that have since either gone down under or became assimilated into other companies.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, moving on from that. Let's see, GameCube games. We have to see those get re-released at some point.
Oh god, yes.
I agree with that.
Seriously, yeah, because I'd like to see Super Mario Sunshine again, maybe a new Thousand Year Door remake or what have you, and mainly, personally for myself, a Sonic Mania port.
Oh yes.
A Sonic Mania port, I think, is just a given, specifically because the developers don't likely have they likely don't have dev kits yet. So once they get the dev kit, they probably got dev kits like when the title was announced. So maybe development on the NX port is happening, and that will be one of the early launch lineup games as a digital title, because we don't know anything about digital games on the NX, so that's probably why it wasn't announced yet.
Probably, yeah.
Well, that said, if they do expand the collector's edition onto the NX, I will redo my pre-order just for that.
It would be something.
Anyway, that was pretty much my my predictions / wishes.
Yeah, it would be nice if they did like a NX actual true physical release and not just because I think what the collector's edition is it's a digital copy on a USB thing or whatever.
I remember what I wanted.
It's a download code.
It just came to me. You know how the PSN and Xbox Live, you can transfer it from console to console.
Oh yeah,
yes,
the account system thingy.
And also, if your Wii U somehow breaks, all the games that you bought digitally, they're gone.
Not quite.
If
if you're able to get a hold of customer service and you have your serial numbers and all that, you should be able to get them transferred to a new system, at least with only a little bit of hassle. It's not permanently gone. I mean, they have your account. It's just that it's not on a consumer level.
Yeah, but let's not have that. Let's not go through that.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Okay.
But Jeff, you didn't have a single game. You didn't have a single game that you want more than anything else on the NX or whatever.
Oh, also one more thing. Sorry. How about we have good space for the console, not 32 gigs?
What?
Well, if considering, I know what you're talking about. I think maybe considering how this thing is rumored to be using like cartridges, the memory storage might be higher, because I think what Nintendo might do is have maybe like two editions, one being like 125 gigs and another being 500, just to kind of save costs or whatever.
What's that other word I'm looking for? Cross compatibility, I guess is that the term? Or I don't know, just the ability to have the same game on multiple systems without having to pay for it multiple times over.
You mean like
cross-buy? There we go.
Yeah, cross-buy.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
I mean but only from like the previous gen, because it's just going to be one system. It's not going to be like two. It's not going to be a handheld and a console individually or anything. It's like going to be one hybrid system. Rumors are saying.
That's true. It's just hopefully you don't have to repurchase every single bit of every single piece of the virtual console that he did. Hopefully, at least something kind of like the discount rate they had going with the Wii to Wii U virtual console. But I didn't exactly appreciate having to buy that same game at full price for my 3DS later on.
Well, look at it this way, guys. We'll have the opportunity to rebuy Super Mario Brothers for the fourth time.
Counting it under your breath, nice. I mean, let's see, there was the original, there was the Super Nintendo re-release, there was Game Boy, there was, wow.
No,
you know what I
Super
mean.
Mario All-Stars.
So,
of course, only the best one.
Yeah, so do you want to go here?
Yeah, sure. As far as like the one game I want more than anything, it's really hard to choose because I basically have it down to like 4 or 5. For example, I want Diddy Kong Racing 2, I want Donkey Kong 64 2, I want Pokemon Stadium 3, I want Sonic Adventure 3. You know, it's just the games I've been wanting for like a decade or so. They just never.
Oh, so you're one of those fans.
Yeah, basically. But obviously, the one I want is like any that are
Mario and Sonic crossover platformer.
that I definitely want. But I think it's just because it's not a firm visual of what it'll actually be that it's not in my top 5 or anything.
Oh, okay.
I really want it to happen. I just don't know how it will end up. I've had theories, but nothing that could really be certain. Like, oh, this is definitely how they're gonna do it. But every other game I mentioned is a sequel to a previous game I thoroughly loved and adored.
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, the rumors of Diddy Kong Racing 2 have been rampant for the last 4 years, with Monster Games being at the helm. Problem is that they're now working on these NASCAR games, and look how the one that just came out turned out. It's not so good. So now,
to be fair, it's like a licensed game. I'm sure, like if they had their own, you know.
Well, people are
Monster Games were the guys who ported Xenoblade to the 3DS, right?
Right.
Yeah, they ported it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did do a pretty good job at that.
Yeah.
Didn't they also the Donkey Kong Country 3DS port as
Yep.
well?
Yep, they
Yeah,
did.
that was a very good port.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they also helped Retro out with Tropical Freeze on Wii U. So, you know, they definitely...
So you could say they play an important role?
Yeah.
Yep, they played it. I think they helped design a couple of levels, or at least did some work helping.
Jesus Christ, that was a pun. I don't know what the pun was on
Important.
Import.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I caught that.
Oh, import. Okay, I got it. Okay, I'm sorry I explained it.
But anyways, as far as features and whatnot of the NX, like third-party support is obviously a huge deal because the Wii U had basically none of it, maybe like a tiny amount of it, and what the games that I did get were usually very poor or just very mediocre. Like Sonic Lost World was at the time a big deal, but it turned out to be a really half-assed effort, if you know what I mean. It was no generations or even colors in terms of effort.
Well, I felt it was okay, but I guess you were still miffed about the lack of rewatching cutscenes, listening to music again.
Yeah, and only one save file. What the
Yeah,
hell
the
was
things
that?
I remembered you writing on your on your Fire and Ice review.
Yipper.
And we can't forget Sonic Boom, Wise the Lyric.
Yeah.
Well, let's not.
No, we do not speak of it.
Yeah, really. And I was so hyped
Although
for
I
it too.
do legitimately want to play it.
I still
No.
want to play it personally.
I'm letting you know right now, it is my most hated game of all time. And I defended the game up to its release.
Ditto. I mean,
I'll have you know that I love Sonic 06. I can stomach Rise of Lyric.
mhm.
Okay.
I mean,
Telling you now?
Hmm?
Telling it now?
well, I was also about to say like the third-party support, but also, well, I'm also, I guess the whole games thing is like number one on my priority list. Like the end of region locking, like that's not a huge deal to me. Also, like other little features, like online, the whole online ecosystem is not the biggest deal for me. I mean, obviously the big eShop support is obviously good for like the indie developers and whatnot, but also it's just like I don't know, it's just like the whole portability aspect of it is going to be a really huge deal, especially if it's going to be like a uber powerful handheld, like basically Nintendo's Vita, if you will.
The thing is, the thing that I'm really unsure about. I thought all this time this was going to be a handheld console quality games, but with Nintendo recently, like I said before, Nintendo released an image saying the future next home console. We don't know if it's going to be a hybrid anymore. We have to find out tomorrow if that is really going to be the case. Rumors point to that being the case. So I agree with you here. It's going to be a big deal. Nintendo does a great job with the portable aspect of it, but we don't know anything until tomorrow's announcement.
But we haven't really talked about a whole lot of the event tomorrow as it is. Like we gave a couple of moment thoughts, but
let me just give them like the game I want to see real quick.
Yeah,
sure.
go ahead.
Me, I would want a Mario and Sonic platformer more than anything. Like,
That'd be
dude,
cool.
if you have known me for the last like several years, that's all I've wanted.
A genuine Mario and Sonic action game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Well, I mean, as much as I'd love to see it as well, we still have Project Sonic 2017 on the plate and Sonic Mania coming out. So I don't think Nintendo will want to detract from that if there is such a project in the works just yet. I'd say, but that is something I'd like to see on the NX. Now that you mention it,
but I think the franchise that really needs a new game. Metroid, yes. Metroid has gotten the short end of the stick. I mean, every other franchise, like I want to see them make a new Kid Icarus Uprising game, so a certain someone can be quiet.
Kid Icarus Uprising 2, please, please, please. That is
I
one
want to see
game
a
I
new
love
F-Zero
Uprising.
game for a friend, but I think Metroid really needs this.
Deji, I'm
and an
sorry.
actual F-Zero game, a new Star Fox game that isn't the 64 remake.
Yep.
Deji, I'm sorry if I was cutting you off before when I was
It's fine.
talking about
No,
Kid Icarus.
no, apologize. It's fine. Bro.
But Uprising sequel is something that I would, if I could say the Nintendo game that I really want to see happen, next to Metroid, is Uprising 2, because that was one of my, hands down, one of my favorite 3DS games. That game does so much right, and it's some of the best writing I've ever seen in a Nintendo game. Its musical score is fantastic, and it uses the 3DS touchscreen in some really great ways. And I played it on a 2DS, so that's probably why it felt very comfortable to me, but I want to see aiming controls that are very responsive like that, but maybe, say, if the rumors are true, if you could snap the controller in half and have the second half be like an aiming reticule or something, so maybe we can have, I don't know, I agree with you, Deji. Uprising 2 would be amazing.
Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be seeing that for another 21 years if what Hades says at the end of the game is true.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
Smash 4 left sequel bait.
Yeah,
I'm convinced we're getting one soon.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we.
I
get
don't
one.
trust anything Sakurai says at this point. Remember when he said that the only third-party characters would be in to have appeared in a Nintendo game would be in Smash? Remember when he said that Street Fighter characters wouldn't be in Smash, or Animal Crossing is too violent for Smash Brothers?
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at
During the
what
days of Brawl.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought Cloud Strife would be fighting Sonic the Hedgehog, Bayonetta, Pac-Man, and Samus all in one game?
And Mega Man.
And
And
I can't believe I didn't say Mega Man. Were you?
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
sorry.
believe you didn't say that.
It's okay,
I'm sorry.
Capcom forgets him too.
No, don't say that.
And Archie.
I'm sorry.
Womp womp.
So okay, Deji, did you share all the games you wanted to say?
Yeah.
Okay, so I hope so. What's the next topic we're gonna discuss here?
Well, do we need to go over the rumors or whatever? I mean, it's sort of like one of the main points, I guess.
Well,
Okay.
what's this rumor?
No, it's just like the whole hybrid thing and the cartridges, and like just sort of go over the general list of what we'll sort of like review what we know or what we've heard.
Actually, I think me and you covered that in the NX Predictions podcast a while back. I think.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm wondering if it's even necessary.
I don't
Well,
think
at this point, we're already going to find out tomorrow, so...
so we really don't need to touch on that. I guess maybe we can kind of just talk about how, like, since it's kind of like the twilight year, so to speak, for the Wii U, maybe we can kind of talk about our thoughts on the system's final wave of games that came out. Do you think that's a good idea?
The Wii
I
U's
can't
final.
leave Ganondorf for Wii U.
So you want to talk about the last, like the Wii U's last games?
I mean, it's Nintendo related.
Yeah.
I
But
mean-
there's not a whole lot to talk about unless you're going from a specific time point, like.
I guess
like
I'm
this-
talking about. I guess I'm talking about like 2016 and general as like the final year Wii U titles.
Yeah, because
Because-
like I know we had Twilight Princess HD, Pokken Tournament, Color Splash, and
Yeah.
and
Mario and Sonic,
And
Axiom Verge finally releasing on Wii U.
well, that's not a Nintendo game, but
I know, but I really try. The thing is, since the NX is tomorrow, it's going to be officially announced tomorrow. I was just thinking maybe we can all kind of talk about our overall opinions of the Wii U as a whole. Do you think that's a good idea?
Sure, why not?
Since do you think would it be okay if I start first? I don't own a Wii U, obviously, but
yeah, which is pretty ironic.
I know. I guess my opinion on the Wii U is that I know it's kind of strange since I'm talking about it. I don't even own it, but I think it's a Nintendo system that kind of at least it's a system that it had its heart in the right place as it wanted to make more core Nintendo games again, but because of some very strange moves by Nintendo, like the gamepad being very expensive, the power output the system provided, not being very easy for third-party developers to port PlayStation 4, Xbox One games to it, it kind of was facing an uphill battle. And I always thought of it as the inverse PlayStation Vita, where in the case of the Vita, that got a ton of Japanese and indie support, and while the Wii U got some indie support and support from Japanese publishers like Capcom, Tecmo Koei, Bandai Namco, it didn't get any nearly on the level of the Vita. But on the flip side, Sony kind of cut the cord for the Vita, so to speak, like late 2005, early 2016 for first-party games.
2005, you say?
I'm serious.
Are you talking about the PSP or the Vita?
I'm talking about the Vita for a moment because the last first-party Vita game was a role-playing game called Orishika, released in early 2016.
But I swear to God, you said 2005.
You said 2005.
Jesus. I'm tired. I'm sorry. 2015, whatever. Point is, Wii U got a lot of strong third-party support, first-party support from Nintendo, but it didn't get as much third-party support as the Vita got. So I mean, I always kind of viewed it as the inverse Vita. And in that sense, I felt the Wii U had its purpose in the sense that there was a lot of great Nintendo games on it. It's just that some of the Nintendo games like Star Fox Zero, Paper Mario Color Splash, some weak games like Mario Tennis, Ultra Smash, for example, didn't really hit the expectations people had with those franchises. But at the same time, Wii U got a lot of great games like Mario Maker, Splatoon specifically. Mario 3D World, even if I preferred how Galaxy handled the 3D Mario element. Really solid ports and remasters of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. The Wii U had a good lineup of games. So I mean, I feel it's a shame that it's kind of closing out on a bit of a low note, so to speak, with how tepid the reception to Color Splash was. It got decent scores, but it was a game that people were divided with. So I hope that with the NX, Nintendo has a fresh start. Okay, I'm done. Sorry if I rambled a bit. So
I'm just looking at Go Nintendo right now, and I don't know if this has been brought up, but they actually say in an uber tiny PR that here I'll just repeat it. Visit Nintendo.com on Thursday, October 20th at 7 a.m. PT / 10 a.m. ET to be among the first to discover Nintendo NX. This preview trailer will serve as Nintendo's preliminary announcement of information regarding the platform. Interesting.
So
better not be an announcement of an announcement.
It's an announcement of an announcement of an announcement of an announcement.
So
it's gonna be like the Sonic 25th anniversary all over again.
Yep.
Let's take a look at more clues.
Oh boy. We'll find out tomorrow.
Here, RK, you're right. It says in the little picture here, it says, watch the preview trailer for Nintendo's next home video gaming platform. So you weren't lying. They actually say home gaming system. Isn't that interesting?
It is interesting, and the thing is, that's what has me a bit lukewarm about the system. As if it doesn't get third-party support like I'm hoping for, I'm probably not going to get one.
Well, we'll just don't count your chickens until they hatch. The scenario.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I do have one more thing to say. Oh, are we almost done?
I guess so.
Pretty
I'm
much.
not sure.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot left to talk about, but go ahead.
Yeah.
I think that we should probably keep our expectations a little low, especially. But granted, we've known about this for how long? But like, remember the last Nintendo related thing we got so excited for back in August, and people were mad. Cal's League.
What?
The joke is the Pokemon anime. Cal's League.
I know.
Oh,
Oh, come on, Deji. We're gonna be getting announcements on Super Mario Galaxy, Metroid Prime 4, F-Zero, GX Super.
you mean Greninja getting his butt whooped? Or was that last month?
Okay, so, we're gonna be getting a bunch of announcements. I don't know. I think you're right, Deji. We should have our expectations in check, just because it's gonna be a 3-minute thing. Probably gonna get some information on ENX next week with like an official Nintendo Direct, or like you're suggesting here, a live stream probably on Monday or maybe on the weekend. We'll see what happens.
Hopefully. I mean, like I said, like you said, both of us, that they'll show the 3-minute video, maybe just give the general announcement of the system's like design, the name, and maybe hopefully with either like they'll announce a date of something like what's next. Whether it'll be a live stream of Nintendo Treehouse Live right after, or maybe they'll just come back next week at this day and time for a Nintendo Direct or whatever. Like, I don't think they'll just say, "Oh, here's the here's the name, here's the design, that's it." No, come back whenever. So they'll probably
I think,
they'll have something more.
Yeah, I agree with you. Maybe I guess since there's really not much else to talk about with the NX, maybe we can kind of close things out with what we've been playing the past couple of days.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Does anyone want to go first?
I guess I'll go.
Okay.
I've been keeping busy with Xenoblade Chronicles on Wii. Will be at the Wii U eShop, and just like
Nice.
I actually decided to start a new file, even though I reached a somewhat decent point in the game, and it's just like it's basically impossible to really get back into the groove of an RPG after being absent from it for like 2 to 4 years. So
I know that feeling.
So I just decided, fuck it, I'll just start it over, and I'm almost caught up to where I was before. So it's been a really fun ride.
And the best part is that you can play the entire game on the gamepad.
I've actually been playing on the TV. I just not really a fan of like I feel it looks better on the TV, and I just decided to play it there with the Wii Classic Controller Pro. So it's a really good experience, and it's only like $20 Canadian and $20 USD. So if you don't have Xenoblade Chronicles by now on the Wii U eShop, what's wrong with you?
I have to track down a physical.
But Hero, my hard drive ain't big enough.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself now. I heard wonderful things about Xenoblade, so I'm really happy you're enjoying it. So do you have any games you're playing, Deji?
I recently got Wind Waker, and then when I was at the sneaking part, I stopped, and this was last week. It wasn't hard. It was just like, okay, I spent an hour now.
I don't blame you about this, but I hated that part of the game too. It was so annoying.
No, it's not. It's not tedious. It's like it's just one of those like I was already late, so but I forgot to go back to it. I've been playing Pokken.
Well, Pokken's awesome.
Oh yeah, I was playing Pokken like a week or so ago, and I've basically had a clean streak so far. Like I even have a screenshot of me like having a 48 win streak so far since playing the game.
Oh, congrats, man.
I've just been.
What are they going to announce? The DLC coming here.
I know they just announced Scizor for the arcade version a few days ago.
Oh,
we're still waiting on Darkrai too.
We'll probably
all we're missing is Empoleon and since you know what's going to happen, Ash Greninja.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Greninja isn't down the road somewhere.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get like a Pokken Tournament Special Edition thing on the NX where all the DLC Pokemon plus Ash Greninja and all these, and probably some more characters, are added to the game. So Jeffers, do you have any games you've been playing lately?
Well, let's see. Lately I've been playing the new Pokemon Sun and Moon special demo for the 3DS.
Oh yeah.
I've really been enjoying it so far. I was a little sad to find that the Greninja that you'll take into the actual game that's locked to a hardy nature, but I did notice that its speed effort value was max, as well as the remaining EVs being split between special attack and attack. So it does make for a pretty good mixed attacker there.
There is a reason why its nature is like that. It's the same.
Yeah.
Its personality is from the anime, so yeah.
What, Greninja's a hardy nature in the anime?
Yeah, like they don't specifically say natures, but like his personality is reminiscent of his heart.
So I guess I've been playing a bunch of different games.
I know you put up a lot of reviews on your site over the last few days.
Yeah, I put up a review on Neptune versus Sega Hard Girls, and if people listening to that name, it's not suggestive like that. It's actually a really solid. It's a really keep on laughing, guys. But it's actually a really solid game, and I really enjoyed my time with it. I published a preview on a Vita horror game that I think is really I really enjoyed. And I plan on publishing an article. And I've been playing a bunch of Sonic fan games as part of the recent Sage event.
Oh yeah! Oh, nice. I'd love to give Sonic versus Darkness a go, but I've yet to boot camp my MacBook.
Yeah, I mean, my laptop isn't strong enough to play the 3D fan games, but I want to write an article covering as many games as I can cover, and I was able to play a bunch of the 2D games, and Emerald Ties. And it really impressed me. I really like that one a lot.
The only Sonic fan games I ever played were Ultimate Flash Sonic, which is based on Sonic Advance 2, and
that was the fun one.
And Sonic Robo Blast 2, when the old Doom engine Sonic game or whatever. Like we're talking like a decade ago, and they were pretty fun. Well, at least Ultimate Flash Sonic was. I remember.
In the past, I was actually surprised I managed to get before the sequel, after the sequel. Let's see, what was the other one? Chrono Adventure to run, but everything else I tried to download from Sage just would not want to work on my laptop. Had I been able, I would have covered a good chunk of these games already for TSS.
Is it because what operating system are you using?
It's a MacBook.
It's a Mac.
I have a Mac.
Okay, because I was gonna say if you're playing on a Windows 10, some of them say when you open up the exe file saying this is an unrecognized file, and it says end. But if you click more options, it says run anyway. I saw that a couple of times. So I mean, maybe if you could run like a virtual system where you can have Windows operating in the background, but I'm not sure if that's a free program or not.
Well, no, I mean Boot Camp is a free program that comes with it, but I need an actual copy of Windows to run.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So I plan on writing something based on all the Sage games, and I'm gonna probably publish it sometime this weekend. But the fan games are very impressive, and I'm very happy that Sega's so open to fan projects, and they don't shut them down.
Yeah, let's not go there. Let's not pull a Game Informer.
No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna say anything. Nintendo does what they do, and Sega does what they do, and that's it.
That sounds like Nintendo should take notes from Sega,
but anyways, I guess that kind of wraps up everything. So I just want to say thank you guys for having me as part of the discussion. Had a great time talking about Nintendo and stuff, and let's hope tomorrow's announcement is worthwhile, and we don't wake up in the morning and we just get a teaser that just says a box saying NX. See you next week.
See you next week?
Oh well. And next time.
Next week we'll
No pun
probably
intended.
Oh man, so you guys want to say your closing thoughts?
So yeah, I'll just sort of start by saying thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in to this pre-NX preview trailer podcast. We'll be back with our reactions to the announcement or whatever, probably tomorrow night or whatever, depending on when, how many parts it is. Like, if there's more right afterward or Monday, maybe we'll just hold off until the whole thing is done or whatever. So
Before you continue,
Probably.
Hero, I think it's recommended we wait till after the event, and then once we find out what's going to happen, like Nintendo's plans are, after that announcement date happens.
yeah, exactly. Well, we'll just sort of if it's just gonna say, come back Monday or something for a showcase. Well, we'll do the reaction podcast after that. It'd just be a little silly to.
Yeah, I agree. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
Bye, guys, and thank you for listening in.
Do multiple parts or something. We'll just do it all together.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just me. But we'll see what happens tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. EST. So big day tomorrow. So thank you very much again for listening. Arcade, Deji, and Jeff, you want to say your goodbyes?
Bye, guys, and thank you for listening.
See you all next time.